named Wolf Creek, and it's a despicable exercise in the torture and mutilation of helpless women.
Dude, we got a humdinger today. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Great Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. How are we doing? Happy Saturday. It's Labor Day weekend. It's probably the last camping holiday of the year, so I wanted to go back and watch a horrible camping trip gone wrong, a little backpacking across the Australian outback. I don't know. Wolf Creek. This is a sleeper pick. And I got a confession to make. I don't think I remembered loving it as much as I do now, but holy guacamole. It's incredible, dude. It's brutal. Let's get into it. Thanks for being here. Wolf Creek is an Australian horror film directed by Greg McLean. The plot centers around three backpackers, two British tourists, Liz and Christy, and their Australian friend Ben, who decide they're going to embark on a road trip across the Australian outback. They want to visit this place called Wolf Creek National Park, which is renowned for this large giant crater left by aliens we don't know, but they're definitely interested. Unfortunately, when they return to their car, they find that it won't start. It leaves them stranded. As night falls, a seemingly friendly local, Mick Taylor, arrives and offers to tow their car to his camp. He promises to repair it. He seems like he's going to be a really nice guy. He's a little bit odd, but yeah, something's just not right. The group reluctantly agrees and follows him to his remote compound. Once there, Mick reveals his true nature as a sadistic and psychopathic killer. What Mick does is he offers them some water, like straight from the tap, right? He drugs them, and the three friends are separated. The rest of the film follows Liz and Christy as they try to escape Mick. Man, they face these harrowing and intense challenges. Brutal. The film is known for its intense violence and relentless terror inflicted by Mick, who just won't die. It's this harrowing tale of survival against a seemingly unstoppable predator. The movie is based on true events, loosely, right? Including the real-life murders committed by Ivan Milat and John Murdoch in Australia. Wolf Creek is mean. It is mean, it's nasty, it's visceral, it's everything that you need, man, from a horror flick. Unfortunately, I think that this kind of got left by the wayside when I first watched this in 2005. My buddy had rented a bunch of movies, and Saw was popular, Hostel. There was this torture porn like genre that came out, and unfortunately for Wolf Creek, I think it got lumped in with all of that, and it is brutal, and there's a lot of graphic gore and depictions of violence, and it's intense. It doesn't stop. I mean, who can forget Head on a Stick? That is so crazy, dude. He just grabs her by the head and puts his knife into her back, rips it up so you're just a head on a spinal column with no movement in the legs, and then she's just incapacitated so he can do what he wants. Mick Taylor, his whole point, what he wants to do is he just wants to get these women and keep them alive and torture them for months. And you don't realize how sick and twisted he is until it starts to show what's inside his shop or his garage, where they've got these body hanging they're just mutilated, dude. And then when she falls down into that kind of like trapdoor cellar area, and it's just nothing but decomposing flesh and skeletons and just orbital bones, all kinds of nasty crap down there. It's something kind of out of Jeepers Creepers, but I think this actually does it better. This is a nasty movie, dude, and you know, I haven't been given enough respect. I really like this. I think what works for Wolf Creek is it spends some time with the characters. You get like 35 to 40 minutes where you're actually following these people around, and, you know, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know, a little camping trip. Everybody loves it, right? It sounds like a great time. They're exploring, they're tripping, they're having fun, and then all of a sudden they pop into this like local little rest stop to get gas, and you notice that Ben, who's supposed to be kind of the alpha of the group protecting these females, gets punked by these Australian outback, I don't even know, these folks at this bar, you know, and you're immediately like, oh, he's not gonna be able to take care of these people. It sets a tone, man, and that tone gets nasty. That tone works for me. Like, I must have thought this was a different, I mean, I've seen it when it first came out, but I watched a lot of movies kind of like this, and it just was blurry. So when I seen that it was coming out with all these bloody, disgusting Lionsgate, you know, flicks that Walmart was putting out, I was like, I don't have Wolf Creek. So I bought movies I didn't already have on Blu-ray. So I bought Wolf Creek, Leatherface, and You're Next. And Wolf Creek is this, I mean, You're Next is incredible. That's a great movie. But I think Wolf Creek is the sleeper pick, dude. Absolutely incredible. The gore, like the relentless pursuit of Mick, like, I love that character. He reminds me of, I don't know, man. He gives me goosebumps. I think he's awesome. He does such a good job at being a villain. He's cold. He's calculating. He's kind of like the BTK killer, right? Incredible performance from that dude, man. Dude, it just, once it hits that 40-minute mark and their car won't start and they're following this dude and she wakes up after being drugged in that place and she's got it's just visceral with the camera angles. It's grainy. It's kind of grindhouse guerrilla style filmmaking where she's got to escape, and then she finds her friend who's being tortured, and then they're on the run. They get a car. Everything that can happen in a horror movie trope happens to these girls, and it's gonna be okay, right? They get a car. They're gonna escape. Mick's been shot in the face. He won't die. Absolutely banger film, man. Traditionally, when I'm doing a review of a movie like Wolf Creek, there would be a spot where it'd be like cons, right? Like things I didn't like about it. 2 massive thumbs down for this part of the movie. I don't really have any, dude. The only thing that suffers in this movie, I think, like from this new culture, this is almost 20 years old now, 19 years, is that, spoiler if you haven't seen Wolf Creek, both of the females die. And the dude survives. And it's not exactly pleasant for him. The dude doesn't even have shoes on, man. He's walking across the whole damn desert. Straight outback. He's sweating, dude, like it's super hot. Then he's freezing cold at night, like sleeping by it. Dude, it's incredible. So, I mean, I watched a lot of movies this week, and I think that revisiting Wolf Creek was the best on my list. The Legacy of Wolf Creek, I'm going to have to watch part 2 tonight. I'm excited to do it. This could be a double feature, right? That just happened in real time. Man, you guys, you gotta watch Wolf Creek. I had such an awesome time with it. You know that. This movie gives you so much hope, and it's all false, and I think that's what makes this so terrifying. It's intense, man. It's like a roller coaster ride for sure. When the girls are finally escaping, they're like cruising in the car, then they get another vehicle, and they still can't stop, and this dude just won't. Oh, you only put one there in the top, right? You can't even shoot me, right? I got a horrible Australian accent. Right? And then finally, there's safety. Somebody comes and rescues this girl as she's walking out. She's gonna be okay, and guess what happens? This dude's a sharpshooter, man. He's like a pig hunter. He kills the water buffaloes from the helicopter. Mick Taylor is an awesome villain. He doesn't get enough respect, so put some respect on Mick Taylor's name. Get out there and watch Wolf Creek. It's incredible. You guys are incredible. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll do part 2 later tonight. I don't know. I also watched Poltergeist Part 2, the new Scream Factory, you know, and it was fine. I love that movie, but not my favorite trance for the year. We'll get into that too, but man, for now, for the rest of the day, go out and find Wolf Creek. This thing's $22.96, I think, at Walmart. Walmart. The Steelbook, it looks great, man. The Blu-ray, get out there and watch it. Until next time, guys, if you want to see more from me, like, follow, subscribe, talk some mess down there, whatever you want to do, and then follow me on social media. I appreciate you. Have an awesome weekend, dude. It's the 3-day weekend. Is there anything better? You can smell it. You can smell burgers on the grill. I'm hungry. Let's get the hell out of here. Cheers.
Our next movie filled me with sadness and loathing. It's named Wolf Creek, and it's a despicable exercise in the torture and mutilation of helpless women. Why am I here?
I agree with you. It's just an ugly film.
You're right.
Welcome to Australia, cocksucker!